So I was going through my old Hidden Fates collection. I finished collecting them back in February or March. I think it was February where I just completed the whole collection and I got every single card that I wanted. I did buy the rest individually just because the packs were ridiculously expensive and people just kept buying them out just because they were the most sought out packs in a while. So I was going through them, putting them in top loaders, and I went on eBay and I noticed that the prices just skyrocketed for some of these. Some of them did stay the same, some of them just exploded. I was surprised to see how much they went up by, especially ones that I didn't even think they would go up. So I did divide the cards up into price ranges. So basically, I sorted them. So I did a between $1 to a $10 pile, a $10, $15 pile, sorry, 11 to 15, and then anything above 15 to 20, and a 21 to 25 pile, and yeah, and so on. So I'm gonna save the most expensive packs for last. So here are the, sorry, let me just put the ones on the top loader down. Here are the ones from the dollar range to $10 range. Sorry, I would say $9 range. So they didn't go up. Some of these are, only one of them is $1, but the rest could go between $4 to $6 to $8. One of them is like $9.75, but these probably moved up maybe $3 to $4 in price. So they didn't really go up by much, but most of them did go up by at least $2, and then the maximum was like $4. So I thought all of them actually went up when I first searched the first card because I had a double and I was thinking about selling it. These went down in price. These aren't worth jack shit. These are probably like $1.95, $1.50. I was surprised to see that actually. Yeah, so we're done with the first pile. And here are some of the full arts that are not really worth much, especially this one. I actually wanted this one really bad. This actually went down in price. I think it was around $3 to $5 when it first came out. Oh no, sorry, when it first came out it was like around 10 to 12. Now it's around $1.90 just because of all the reprints. And Jesse and James is around $5. Cartan is around 6, maybe 7. This one's around 7, maybe $6. Not worth as much, but I did put them in top loaders just because they're the full art. And now let's go from the 10 to $15 range. So you have Banette, you have Gallespod, Takataka, I don't know how to pronounce that, Buzzwole. The price range movement for these is around $2 to $3 maximum. There wasn't really much of a price difference, but these definitely did go up in price, but not by too much. At the end, I'll do the other cards individually. This one also went down in price, surprisingly, the Rainbow Rare, but it is still $10. But when it first came out, I think it was around 20. But so it definitely went down. Scyther definitely did go up in price. I think it was around $4 or $5 at the time when this card came out. Now it's exactly $10, and the prices that I'm going by is the eBay prices. I picked the lowest of the lows from eBay. Lucario, this is $10. Aether Foundation, this went up by 2. Hiker, Fisherman is like 12. So we're done with the ones on the low. Here's some that did really go up in price. Lady, I got it at around $12 because I did buy this individually. Now it's 18. So is this card, Lycanroc. I think I pronounced it correctly. This one's also $18. And I'm gonna start going through the other cards individually. So the first one I'm gonna start off with is the Alolan Ninetales. I think this actually went down in price. I think it was around 22. Now it's 20. Okay, next is the Aether Paradise Conservation Area. This one's also $20. I didn't really collect the gold cards. I didn't really care too much about it. But this definitely went down in price. It was around 24, 25 when I first pulled it. Now it's exactly $20 on the lows on eBay. Nihiligo, the Jellyfish. This went up in price, I believe. I don't remember if I pulled it or if I bought it individually. But this one definitely did go up in price by at least $8. It's $20 exactly on the lows on eBay, but I think it moved up by around minimum $5 and maximum $8. Maybe it was around $12. Now it's 20. So surprisingly, this went up. Here you have Noivern. This one went up by $10. Now it's worth 22 on the low. I'm actually surprised this one went up in price. I wasn't expecting that, but you never know what goes up. Now you have Alteria. This one actually doubled in price. It was around $12 to $13 when I first pulled it. Now it's $24, surprisingly. Next we have Electrode. Surprising, I'm actually not surprised this one went up in price because it's one of the original classics, the original 150. Electrode, when it first came out, when people just bought out all the packs like crazy, I think it was around 15 to 18, and then when they did a couple of reprints, when they did the tins and then the Elite Trainer box, and then they had a bunch of other sets, the Pokeball set. So first came out was around 15 to 16, then it dropped to like 10, 9 maybe. Now it's worth 20. So that's pretty good. It went up from its original price. Reshiram, this one also went up in price. I think maybe between $3 to $5. It's worth 20 now. So not much of a price movement, but I'm glad to see it did go up in price. Okay, now we're gonna go through the $25 to $30 range. So we have Articuno to start off with. I'm surprised this one didn't go up by that much. You could say it went up by a lot, but to me, not really compared to the ones that really popped in the price. So when this first came out originally back in August of last year, it was selling for around $10 to $15, and that price kind of remained the same, and then it dropped a little bit, and now it's 25. So I'm glad to see it went up from its original price, but still I expected this to be more. I didn't think it wasn't gonna go up. I thought it was gonna go up by a lot more, but you know, it is what it is. Next you have Guzma. This is around 25. It still remained the same. Not really much of a difference in price movement. So I think this stayed the same from the year before. Next we have Hooh. This one is $25 now. I am surprised it didn't go up by much either. It was within the $10 to $15 range originally when it first came out, and it kind of stayed within that price. I think it stayed on the low of $10 for a while. Now it's worth 25. Glad to see it did go up, but I'm surprised. This was a classic legendary, so not sure why this one didn't move up in price. Guess it's not sought out as much as the others. Valley also 25. This is actually one of my very first pulls for the shinies. $12 to $13 when I first pulled it. I got it from the tin. Now it's worth 25, so that's pretty good. Very decent. Charmander, I'm surprised this one, when I first looked at this price, this was selling for around $10 last year. I did pull it from the Pokeball set. It was selling for around 10 to 12. Now it's worth 25. Eevee, also another card that went up in price. It was selling for around 10 to 12. Now it's 25. Charmeleon also was selling for around 10 to 12. Now it's 25. Now we're in the $30 range. Now first thing we have is Gardevoir. I think I pronounced that correctly. This one popped. I think it was selling for around $10 to $15 as of last year. This year it's $35. So I was a bit shocked. I stopped playing Pokemon on, I think it was Fire Red was the last Pokemon game I played. I did play a 3rd or 4th generation game before that. I just wanted to play Fire Red for one of the classic, to play the classic Pokemon again, but I'm surprised this one popped. Next we have Lucario. I'm not surprised this one popped. I think this is one of people's favorites. It's also one of my favorites. This one was around $15. It doubled in price. Now it's worth $30, so no surprise there. Now we're in the $40 to $50 range. We have Greninja. This one exploded. I think it was selling for around 18 to 20. Now it's worth 45. So great to see that. Not surprised here at all. Now you have Rayquaza. No surprise why this one popped to $45. This was a promo card. I think it was after the Pokeball set. I don't remember exactly what it's called, but it was selling for around $15. $45 now. So basically, if you bought that set, it was worth 50, and then you had a bunch of other gold cards in the front. So if you have this, that's worth the entire box. I remember going to Target and I saw the set, but this card was missing. Someone ripped it open and stole all the promo cards. So here's a big shocker for everyone. This was like an underdog. Rylu, this one was around $12, maybe $15 maximum. This popped, more than tripled in price. It's worth $47. I was shocked when I saw the price for this. And last but not least, for the $40 to $50 range, we have Scizor, this green alternative shiny version from its red counterpart. No surprise here, because this was one of the original 150. It's actually one of my favorite cards. I think this was one of my first pulls as well. I think I got it in the Pokeball set. So this is worth $45 now on the low. Now I'm going to start from the $50 to $60 range. I want to start off with Cynthia. She's one of the classic gym leaders. When this first came out, it was the second most expensive card in this set. So it was a shiny Charizard. Now this one was going for 120. Even the Japanese version was going for 120. This one dropped in price to around 60, and then they kept printing more. They kept doing more sets, and then it went down to 30. I actually bought this one individually. I paid $30 for it. Now today it's worth 58, so I'm glad I made my money back and some more. But it's half the price of its original. So, but still, I benefited from it. If you paid 120 for this, you know, sucks to be you. This one right here was a bit of a surprise for me. This is worth $50 now. I think it was selling for around 20 to 25. So I think it doubled in price since last year. If you own this set, you should definitely hold on to these cards. A lot of these does pop in price after a year. So imagine if you held on to it for 2 to 3 years from now. It's all about supply and demand. If people want to hold on to it and not sell it, they're just going to keep going up and up and up. So definitely hold on to these. If you want to get them PSA graded, go ahead. But I don't know how well PSA graded cards, I barely see them sell on eBay. So you're better off just holding on to them. Next, you have Mewtwo. I pulled this one. This was one of the last cards that I pulled from the box. I think it was one of the tins. Target had a couple of extra tins. I just went in and bought all of them. I was lucky enough to pull this card. At the time when I pulled it, it was around September or October of last year. It was worth 20 to 25 when it first came out from those special edition boxes where you got those Mew and Mewtwo pin. It was worth 60. Today's worth 58. So $2 down from its original. Oh, nearly double from what it was worth last year. From 25, now it's worth 58. I wanted to keep this one for last for that bundle. This was worth $50 now. So if you bought the Elite Trainer box last year, and this was the promo card for the Elite Trainer box, the Elite Trainer box went for $50. This card itself is now worth $50. No surprise here. It's one of a kind. I don't think there's any other Pokemon card that's exactly like this glass art promo. So definitely hold on to this. I don't recommend selling it. I'm supposed to have 2 of these, by the way. Best Buy lost one of the Elite Trainer boxes that I bought, so I walked away with one. For it is what it is, but I'm glad to at least have one of them. I don't think people are going to sell this card as much in the future, so definitely hold on to this. And now for the big boy sets, we have Leafeon to start us off with. This was worth $20 to $22 of last year. No surprise here, this popped. It's worth $70 today. $70. It is an Eevee evolution, so I'm not surprised. I'm actually surprised they didn't do all the Eevee's evolution, because I was one of those who really wanted to seek out this one. I think I pulled this. So I definitely am glad I pulled it instead of bought it individually, but it was still 20. I would have bought it, but now $70. It's really hard to believe this one popped. Next, we have Sylveon. This one exploded. I bought it originally. Sorry, I didn't buy it. I pulled it from the tin. I think this was my second or third shiny card that I pulled. Full art shiny. Exploded. It was worth $25 when I first pulled it. Today, it's worth $100. It went up by $75. 300%. That is insane. It is an Eevee evolution, so this one is definitely sought out. Now we have Esperon. I wanted to get this one so badly. I was waiting for it to go down in price. I think I paid $30 for it. I had a hard time trying to pull it. I couldn't pull it. I didn't want to spend any more money on tins and trying to wish my luck on that. So I just bought it individually. $30 at the time. Now it's worth $80. Not as much as Sylveon, but still. It went up from when I bought it by $50. Next, we have Umbreon. This one, another card I didn't pull. I bought it separately. I think I paid $30 for this as well. Guess how much this is worth now? $150. Not surprised. I wanted this one so badly too. I was just looking on eBay every single day if someone sold it for a good price, and I did find it for $30. $150. 5 times what it was originally worth when I first bought it. I bought this back in either December or January. It was one of those 2 months because I was like, let me just finish up the collection. So I had a few cards left and I was like, why not? Of course, I'm gonna save the best for last. The most sought out card in the set, the shiny Charizard. When this first came out, it was selling for around $1,000 maximum. Minimum was probably like $980. Then it dropped to like $500 after the reprints. After that, they started doing a little bit more reprints. I did pull this from the tin. I was so hyped that day. I was ridiculously hyped. I started screaming. Wish I had that recorded. But when I pulled it, this was back in November or December, it was worth around $230. Now today it's $580, so it doubled in price back to when the tins first came out. So $580 today, the most expensive card in the set. So yeah, I think I did all the cards. Let me know if I missed one. If you liked this video and you thought it was fun to watch or you found it useful, give it a like and leave a subscribe, and I'll do the next video on the Yu-Gi-Oh cards that I bought last year and how much they're worth today. Those cards also went up in price. See you next time.